lived it here. He was part of the 2006 team, so on and so forth. But I don't know that Christopher Ilitch has that same kind of desperation, that his father did. I also don't know if he's got the same baseball acumen that his father did. And I just, and so...
Or the same relationship with Scott Boras.
Or the same relationship with Scott Boras. But it's like, if you're not sure about the owner, and you're not sure about the general manager. I mean, when they hired Dave Dombrowski, I remember thinking, because, that was kind of towards the end of the Randy Smith era. And remember, Dombrowski was first brought in as president. He was not the general manager until he fired Randy Smith about 5 days into the next season. But it did feel like, okay, now we have an adult, right? I mean, it'd be like, rip him all you want, but it's like having a Ken Holland in your organization, right? Mm-hmm. It just, I don't know, something about, it's like when Rod Wood hired Ernie Accorsi to help with the GM search. I'm like, I kind of like this.
I agree.
And I don't know who that is, because if you don't trust Avila, who is your baseball guy who you are putting all your faith in?
That's right. I continue to echo the Randy Smith thing. They 6 years and 6 games. Avila's approaching year 4 now. I mean,
let's be fair. A lot of people kind of say, all right, we had this rebuild, whether you want to use the word tanking, whatever term you want to use, this is what has to happen for them to hopefully get in position to draft better players. Obviously, It's not basketball or football, but as bad as they are, and I still think they're going to end up with the worst record or pretty close, they still have the 5th worst record in baseball.
Well, they have a league low 236 runs, though.
Yeah, well, their run differential is 2nd worst in baseball.
I mean, again, it's what Shane Green did early in the year, holding on. They have a bunch of one-run wins, and that's faded because it was unsustainable because they can't hit.
I mean, if you look at, if you want to say who's going to finish with the worst record in baseball, Stoney, considering that the Tigers will probably end up trading a guy who's one of their best hitters and 2 of their best pitchers, the Tigers might be a safe bet.
Tigers or Seattle? Well, Seattle...
Well, they're selling like crazy.
I know.
They're already giving away Jay Bruce and Edwin Bryce Young.
Correct.
All right, it's 7 o'clock. When we come back, huge shakeup in the NBA over the weekend. We'll talk about the Anthony Davis trade. Also, Heather has news coming up as well. Jamie and Stoney on 97.1 The Ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. The radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Sold by MarkZ.com. The Cleveland Indians finish off a weekend sweep of the Tigers with an 8-0 victory yesterday at Comerica Park. Tough outing for Spencer Turnbull. He takes the loss after being rocked for 6 runs and 10 hits in just 5 innings of work.
It's kind of one of those days. I'm not really sure exactly what it was. We just had a hard time finding what was going to work. And I made some good pitches, and I made some good pitches and got some outs and found some holes. It's one of those days.
Next up for the Tigers, they'll square up against the Pittsburgh Pirates in the start of that 2-game series tomorrow night in Pittsburgh. Jerry Woodland survives a late run by defending champion Brooks Koepka to win the U.S. Open last night at Pebble Beach. Tiger Woods would finish tied for 28th place after carding a 2-under par 70 in Sunday's final round. Speaking of Woods, he tells reporters that he plans to take the next few weeks off to, quote, spend time with his family, which all but confirms that Woods won't play at the Rocket Mortgage Classic later this month at the Detroit Golf Club. Michigan looks to advance to the next round of the College World Series with a victory over Florida State tonight in Omaha. That game gets underway at 7. Team USA qualifies for the next round of the Women's World Cup after a solid 3-0 win over Chile yesterday in France. Just days after acquiring All-Star forward Anthony Davis from the New Orleans Pelicans, comes word that the Lakers are now looking to sign free agent point guard Kyrie Irving. The Brooklyn Nets are reportedly the frontrunners to sign Irving, who played last season for the Boston Celtics. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
Stoney on a Monday morning. Cloudy skies out there this morning, and it's going to be a cloudy day most of the day today. High of 71 degrees. Coming up at 7:35, we're going to give away some Tiger tickets. The Tigers take on the Washington Nationals.
Oh, it could be a Scherzer game.
Have you done the planning ahead yet, Stoney, like you did last year for the Verlander debut?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll ferret that out and see if perhaps Max Scherzer will be pitching at Comerica Park for the first time since his departure. But the news came down on Saturday evening, right around dinner time, that the Lakers had finally consummated the trade with the New Orleans Pelicans that has been basically in the works since when? February, it seems?
Yeah.
And Anthony Davis, LeBron James collects his first superstar to come to L.A. The Lakers end up trading, 4 first-round draft picks, Lonzo Ball, but not Kyle Kuzma, to New Orleans in exchange for the Pelican big man, who only has 1 year remaining on his contract.
True. They also, Josh Hart and Brandon Ingram, not a great player, but he's a good player.
Pretty good player.
Yeah. And the draft choices, including a number 4th pick in this year's draft, which is on Thursday.
Right.
And there's no, it's not a great draft, so who knows? Pelicans might try to, package some of their draft picks to get another player.
What if they traded the 1 and the 4 to Detroit for Andre Drummond?
Take the 4.
Okay. I would take a 4th pick in the second round.
I would too.
So this definitely, with the news obviously that the Warriors are going to play next season without Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. Now, I don't know if they're going to sign somewhere else, and Klay will eventually play next year. I don't know where he's going to play. I have a feeling he's going to be back in Golden State. And the rumors that the Rockets are turmoil in Houston. Are the Los Angeles Lakers now the favorites to win the West?
No. I still think there's... Look, if Anthony Davis plays the whole season, yeah, maybe. Anthony Davis has played, in his career, I think he's played over 70 games, maybe twice. He gets hurt a lot. LeBron's going to have load management. I still think Houston might win the West. Regular season, I think they'll win the West. Playoffs, I don't know who the hell knows. But yeah, Golden State's, unless they sign somebody like Kawhi, I still think the Clippers are still a factor, especially if they sign somebody. But as of now, the Lakers do get either Kyrie or Kemba. That's a different story.
Right.
Then you get your big 3.5. Who's going to be a half?
Right. I think it's a fascinating prospect. Look, LeBron is... First of all, I think maybe in the next couple of days we can do a topic, who are the top 5 players in the NBA, because everybody is referring to this as a collection of 2 of the top 5 players. And I think this is one of those instances where people are now putting 11 or 12 players in the top 5. And we need to come to a consensus, because I think if you really stop and think about it, I don't think AD is a top 5 player. I think he's a fantastic big man, maybe the best big man in the league. But at the top of my head, I would not put... I just think Durant, LeBron, and Giannis are, to me, no doubt, top 5. Kawhi, I think, is in there now. So it's who you think is fifth. Harden could be up there. Davis could be up there. Steph could be up there. You could put other guys up. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But what I think is interesting is obviously, it always goes back to LeBron, right? So LeBron goes to Los Angeles, and you figure, okay, the stars are going to follow him because they always seem to follow him. Well, they traded for a star. I wouldn't say that Davis necessarily followed him, although Davis made it clear that the Lakers are one of the teams he would accept a trade to.
Well, and he also made it clear that come free agency after a year, he was probably going to sign with them.
Yeah.
And the fact that his new agent is LeBron's boy.
Now, do you think it's a negative? See, I feel like people are unfair to LeBron James sometimes. And I'm probably one of those people, but in this particular instance, I'll take up for the guy. That they're going to say, oh, LeBron always has to have stars with him. He can't just do it on his own. Like, for example, he goes back to Cleveland when Kyrie has emerged as a star, and he helps engineer the trade to bring Kevin Love. When he goes to Miami, he does it with Dwayne and Chris Bosh, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Look at the, last 30 years of the NBA. And look at the NBA champions and show me a team that didn't have 2 superstars. It's not a one-man league.
No.
And so as great as LeBron is, you want to compare him to Jordan. Jordan always had Pippen. Magic always had Kareem and Worthy. Bird always had McHale and Parrish, but McHale was a star.
Well, we know the only team who got a bona fide Hall of Famer as of now is 15 of the 04 Pistons.
Yeah.
15 years ago. They were an anomaly.
Yeah, but that's the only one. As great as Tim Duncan was, he helped career. So, I mean, I don't have an issue with LeBron trying to collect talent around him, and at least he's aware of the fact that he can't do it alone. The only time he really ever did it alone was when he got to the finals that first time with the Cavaliers.
Kobe Gibson.
That's right. That's right. And Zydrunas Ilgauskas. But that was about it.
Yeah.
So it makes complete sense to me.
And look, if the Lakers are competitive and really good, that's usually good for the league too.
Yeah, I don't care.
I know,
I
but
mean, I think the league's in pretty healthy state. Doesn't really matter.
Let me tell you something. If the Lakers would have made the playoffs, the television ratings would have been much better.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's what LeBron does.
I know, but I mean, look, the NBA is making a boatload of money. They got great TV contracts with ESPN and Turner. I don't think they're suffering. So, we talk about TV ratings like it matters. I just don't think it matters. Because, I mean, if for some reason ESPN said we're done with the NBA, there'd be another network that would, I mean, Fox Sports would pay through the teeth.
Don't you find it ironic, though? This happens immediately after the finals ends. It happened at a weird time. Why didn't it happen during the season? Like,
Because the Pelicans
they didn't have the number one pick.
right, and that changed everything. And also,
They have a general manager.
Right.
They got David Griffin.
and the owner, Gail Benson, she went against her word. She said, "Over my dead body, will I trade him to the Lakers?" Because that's what he wants.
And she died?
No.
Oh, God, they're going to say that she had passed away.
It just makes me a little suspicious. Like, why did it all of a sudden just get triggered through? It's like I would have held him hostage long.
Well, there are people that think, the Pelicans did great. I personally would have held out for Kuzma instead of one of the other three.
Yeah, but you got 4 number 1 draft picks, including you have 2 of the top 4 picks in this year's draft, which, like Stoney said, could be a commodity, or it could be something that they end up trading.
Some draft swapping.
Yeah, exactly.
I just feel like they're already on the clock with Zion because he won't stay.
I don't know, not necessarily.
Because it's you got to go with the big franchises and the ratings come out and all of a sudden the Lakers have them like 2 days later. It's
I don't know. The Warriors were never a big franchise, and then they became
big rocket though.
Yeah, but I mean the Raptors were never a big franchise. That stuff is all cyclical. I mean, yes, the Lakers are always going to be a draw for whatever reason. Ken on a cell phone. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. Good morning, Ken.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
What's up, man?
Hey, my man. Hey, I just wanted to say, earlier you were saying, last 30 years, all teams have all-stars, so you don't bag on LeBron for bringing in other all-stars. My thing is, you kind of, that's kind of disingenuous, and it's changing the narrative. Yes, other teams have superstars, but generally speaking, they build through the draft. No one knew about Scottie Pippen coming out of high school, and Scottie's first couple years in the league, he wasn't that great. He worked to become a great player. The same